Hello everyone, friends. The latest part of Poppy Playtime has truly taken over YouTube, from various animated videos to theories about the characters. Today we'll talk about Dogday. He appeared unexpectedly, and we were shown his sad, but is it really that bad? Who is he? Or perhaps it was not created as part of the Large Body Initiative. Let's talk about this today. But before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And also write what you would like to see more. Dogday is a toy produced by Playtime Company, debuting as a minor antagonist in Chapter 3, Deep Sleep. Dogday is the proclaimed leader of the Smiling Critters, which later stood after being transferred as an experiment for the Bigger Bodies Initiative. Dogday originally coexisted in harmony with the Smiling Critters group, each having their own corresponding Bigger Bodies experiment. Following the events that took place during the Hour of Joy, the gang began to drift apart, leaving Dogday as the sole survivor. Catnap then imprisoned Dogday in a concealed cell within the playhouse, subjecting him to endless torment due to his disobedience to the prototype. Dogday is an anthropomorphic canine, characterized by an orange fur that complements his expressive black eyes, floppy ears, and sleek black nose. His features extend to a sunshine yellow outer mouth and belly, while a touch of golden brown graces his paws, ears, and the left side of his face. In line with other smiling critters, Dogday sports a perpetual wide toothless grin, his inner mouth shrouded in mysterious darkness. A distinct black zipper gracefully traces down his center, showcasing a captivating gold sun pendant surrounded by radiant orange sun rays. The Bigger Bodies version of Dogday takes on a ragged, monstrous appearance. Completely bisected at the waist, all that remains of Dogday is a thin, dilapidated torso stained with blood and held together with a tan leather belt, likely to keep the remains of his innards from falling out. According to his Twitter hack's description, Dogday is a heroic character and the trusted leader of the Smiling Critters group. As shown by his pendant, Dogday has a sunny demeanor, always looking at the bright side of things and encouraging others in their time of need. Like the other 6 Smiling Critters, excluding Catnap, Dogday seems to have anchrophobia, fear of wind, though he half-heartedly attempts to convince the others that the windy storm will pass, as Dogday inhales the red smoke exhaled by Catnap during the closing scene of the Smiling Critters cartoon. Dogday exhibits a more unnerving and sinister personality. He shows signs of insanity, addiction, and mania when inhaling Catnap's sleeping poppy gas, laughing hysterically with the others until he passes out. Dogday was initially launched alongside the remaining Smiling Critters, making headlines through both his merchandise and show entirely dedicated to the team. In these cartoons, Dogday would be depicted as a leading figure who made attempts to lift the mood to any situation, even in frightening ones. The events of the Smiling Critters cartoon, one of many cartoons produced by Playtime Pictures, unfold at Dogday's house on a stormy and windy night, evident by the dark and unsettled atmosphere. Inside the house, a clock reads 10:05 p.m. before switching to 10:06 p.m. All of the Smiling Critters, except for Catnap, are huddled together in the living room, wrapped in blankets and having worried expressions on their faces. Bobby Bearhug says the howling wind is scary, and the tension increases as a branch snaps off of a tree, causing Craftycorn to cower under her blanket and say she can't sleep. Dogday attempts to uplift the mood by reassuring everyone that everything will be okay. Suddenly, there is a knock at the front door, starting the 7 critters. The door then opens to reveal Catnap. The critters pled for Catnap to assist them in falling asleep. In response, a cloud of red gas billows out of Catnap's mouth. The rest of the critters begin to laugh hysterically and uncontrollably as his red smoke, with the laughter building in volume and amplification. Reaching a climax, the critters collapse, sleeping peacefully while Catnap sits alone on the couch, staring at the camera. With this chilling freeze frame, the credits roll, acknowledging the producers and cast who made the cartoon. After the player frantically powers the playhouse's backup generator while being chased by the ruined critters, which includes withered versions of the Dogday plushies that were subjected to the Bigger Bodies Initiative. They enter a cushioned tiled prison adorned with empty cells. Upon making an attempt to turn with the right corner, the player is subjected to Dogday, bound in a cell with the lower half of his body severed. Dogday acknowledges the player's presence, revealing that he's the last of the Smiling Critters, implying all other than him and Catnap had perished. Referring to the ex-employee as Poppy's angel, Dogday reveals that the ruined critters follow Catnap to avoid a similar fate to the originals, stating that they must exercise caution. He continues, stating that Catnap believes the prototype is his god, and that he is held captive because of his alternate views towards the prototype, which were primarily against 1006 being the factory's savior after the Hour of Joy. He is suddenly cut mid-sentence as a horde of ruined critters crawl into him through the open parts of his body, eating away at his flesh from the inside. Dogday exclaims for the player to run before he remains fall to the floor. The ruined critters take control of his arms, later hijacking the entire body and pursuing the player around Playhouse. Before catching up with the player, his corpse is barricaded behind a closed door, presumably dying as heard by the screams that follow. This is not a simple fate. There are a couple of interesting theories. One of them, Dogday is not a big body experiment. The reason for this is that his design is completely different from all other bigger bodies like Mommy, Huggy, Boxy, Catnap, Bunzo, etc. Those characters all just look like tall versions of their toy counterparts. Some of these characters had something added to them like teeth, claws, Catnap's gas pouch, Mommy's webs, etc., but overall, they just look like tall living toys with fur. Dogday, on the other hand, does not have fur. He looks like he is something like an insult of his toy counterpart, a makeshift, scrapped version. He doesn't have any fur, wears chains on his arms. His body parts are sewn together. He looks like a ridiculed, beaten-up version of his smiling critter form. I believe that Dogday, among others, was not made from an orphan child. He might not have been made by Harley Sawyer, and might not even be a bigger body experiment at all. It almost feels like the prototype and half. Catnap have started to put the bodies of former scientists and other enemies inside broken and beaten up, makeshift versions of toys like him. It's only a theory, but I believe that this group, the so-called heretics, are in these living toy forms as a punishment. They might be something else and not orphans or baby experiments, and maybe it's these people who wrote the letter and called for help. Their true leader is not Catnap in this theory. Their leader is Poppy. However, I'm not sure if the same was done to all smiling critter monster forms or just to Dogday. We have to see the others first and see how they act, but Dogday clearly is an important main character, and I can't see a true antagonist in him. His insanity might simply come from the gas or even fear of further punishment. The other bigger bodies like Catnap or Huggy indeed worship 1006 and call him wonderful. There are two types of living toys, it seems. It's just weird that traitors like Kissy were even allowed to live that long, and same goes for Mommy, who defended the factory but wasn't too convinced of 1006 being the best either. But I think they are all allowed to live because they are former orphans. Here's a theory. Do you think it could be true? And I'll leave it at that, friends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And also write what you would like to see in the next video. Bye everyone.